big bad wolf in Jennings. Everybody seemed really intimidated by Frankie. Everyone seemed to be afraid of Frankie. At some point we thought we should probably try and talk to him. I have to be honest and tell you I wasn't looking forward to that at all. I actually stumbled across him sat on his porch, and the cameraman who I was with was a bit braver than me and said, go and talk to him, don't be a baby. So I got out of the car, walked over to talk to him and said, hi Frankie, and he kind of cut me off and just said, I know exactly who you are. He said, I know why you're here, in a very intimidating manner, and I kind of was bamboozled for a minute. And then he said, come on inside and talk. Why do you think it is that some people do raise your name in relation to these unsolved homicides?
I knew all the girls, and I had been around them the 24 hours or 48 hours within the time some of them came up missing. I think that right now they would be glad, depending on anybody they could, just to get some closure. Whether it would be the right person or not. But if they really knew me, they would know that I'm not the one that done that.
He told me he'd had multiple lie detector tests, multiple DNA tests. I think his line very much was, if they had anything on me, they would have locked me up by now. And they haven't locked him up. And they still haven't locked him up.
I've been arrested a lot of times for barroom brawls, fighting, disturbing the peace by fighting.
But you never killed anyone?
No. No, never have. Never killed anyone. Never. And if anything, any sort of that would have went down around me, I would have done everything I could to have stopped it. So it didn't go to nothing like that when it ever went down around me like that. Because I would not let it happen.
I think Frankie is always looking out for number one. I'd be surprised if this turned out that Frankie had nothing to do with any of these homicides, be it the actual killing or the dumping of the bodies. I also think Frankie is very, very intertwined with law enforcement, because there's no way that he'd be out and safe now if he wasn't. So Frankie knows something. Maybe you've got dirt on some officials and, that gives you a get out of jail free card.
Man, I wish I had something like that. But I've gotten out because I'm innocent, and no evidence.
This stuff, yeah. Welcome.
I'm nervous about this.
Why do you think so many people thought you did do it?
Everybody knew when I was younger, I was wild, thought a lot, drank a lot. Some people say I could handle myself pretty good, and a lot of people were scared of me because of that, I think. But I do know one thing. Them girls never had one hair on their heads touched when they was with me. They never was forced to do anything that they didn't want to do. And if they did do something, and they was with me, I made sure that nothing happened to them.
Frankie admits he did see Whitney soon after she left her grandmother's house.
Here she had stole a bunch of pills. Whitney walked up. I said, hey, Whitney, what's going on? Whitney said, you got some dope? I said, no. She said, well, why are you wasting my time? She went on to my brother's camper,
Frankie's brother is Billy Connor, and at that time, his camper was parked right next to the Richard family home.
Well, my brother had somebody in there, another girl in there, so I don't know if she went in or if she just at the door.
At this point, Frankie claims he walked down the street to buy drugs. Frankie's daughter Lauren also remembers seeing Whitney that night, although she doesn't know exactly when.
I remember her coming to the house. She was telling my grandma, Mike just threw out the house. And she went in the bathroom, washed herself up. And I want to say she might have took something out of the bathroom because my grandma was griping when she had left. Like, she done stole this. And I was like, oh, Mama, it's okay. She needs it more than us. But that was the last time I remember seeing her.
I scored some milk, walked back from my house. And when we got back from my house, Whitney was by the stop sign at Old Barton McKinley. And I hollered, hey, Whitney, I got some dope now. Whitney was walking away toward the black section of town where she stayed in an abandoned house with her old man. That was the last time I seen her. I said,
Whitney's boyfriend at that time was never named as a suspect. Billy Connor died of cancer in 2014, and the camper was removed from the property. But in its heyday, it was considered a safe zone for drug users.
His house was a house to go to. He had the drugs there, you could get high there. He knew every single girl, from the red on down to the last. Billy knew something. Of course he did. And I really wish he was still alive today to where he could tell his side of the story. You making jambalaya?
yeah, chicken and sausage jambalaya. That's what we're gonna try to make anyway. I cook the rice with the meat.
I think my daddy knows who did it. I feel like he knows. I do. I'm not gonna say a lie. But if he's not speaking on it, it's because he has a good reason. And I mean, I'm that reason. I'm sitting here. My brother's that reason. Our children are that reason. All he's ever told me is the less I know, the better off I am. Everybody's lost somebody. And I'm sorry that, you know, all these girls are dead.
I love you.
Love you too, Daddy. But y'all quick to point the finger at somebody that can't afford a lawyer. Somebody that got a bad rep. So we're gonna point the finger at him and say he did it.
I used to make a living hurting people, breaking legs. If somebody give me $500 and one of your legs broke, you can bet one thing. Tomorrow they'd be wearing a cast. You know, I wouldn't suggest anybody should live that lifestyle. I run strip joints, sold drugs, done drugs, robbed, stole. That's a very, very hard life. Not only to live, but to survive. You know?